Good morning, I'm James Lopez, President at HomeFi Corporation, and this is today's mortgage and real estate market update. Now, before we get into the markets, I want to talk a little bit about the MBA mortgage application data that was released yesterday. Every Wednesday, Mortgage Bankers Association releases application data for the previous week, and it's an index or a percentage of how many applications are coming through, purchases versus refinances, and things like that. So on purchase application, last week purchase applications fell by 3%. They decreased by 3% from the previous week, and they're decreased 9% year over year. So they're down 9% year over year. But what's interesting in this data is that the decrease in purchase applications is decelerating. All right, so we got a double negative there. That's a positive. We've seen a little bit more activity as far as purchase applications coming through this past week. And that's a direct reflection of what's going on nationally, where there's a deceleration in the decrease, and hopefully we can see that kind of flip as we get into the purchase season. Now, year over year, mortgage interest rates are up by 1.5%, 149 basis points, or 1.5%. And last week the average interest rate came in about 4.9%. With interest rates rising this week, we expect next week's report to show interest rates into the 5% area. Now, weekly jobless claims beat expectations. They fell down to 166,000 for the weekly jobless claims. And this kind of supports the theme that we've been talking about for the past few weeks as far as jobs and the jobs market go. And that's that employers are holding on to their workers longer and they're firing less. Now, you remember a couple weeks ago we talked about the BLS data that showed that wages are higher. Wages and salaries have risen by about 11%. And so what we really think is happening is that some of this firing data or jobless claims data is really playing into higher wages. And even though there's higher interest rates, higher rents, higher home values, there's higher wages right now as well. And higher wages means more buying power for customers in the real estate market. So this jobs data is good for the real estate industry, good for the mortgage market, and we see that continuing right now. Now let's get into the mortgage bonds and treasuries market. Mortgage bonds are up today, about 17 basis points at the time of recording. The 10-year yield is also up about 3 basis points. You don't normally see those two going up at the same time, but it happens every once in a while. What that means for mortgage interest rates is that mortgage interest rates will most likely open where they closed off yesterday. Now, mortgage bonds do have a resistance level, what they're probably going to test today. If they pass through that resistance level, there's a lot of blue sky for the mortgage bond, which could mean that we see a reprice in mortgage rates for the better today. If that happens, obviously we'll let you know. But we still see that the mortgage bonds and the treasury market is still kind of repositioning or preemptively moving or pricing in, if you will, just the news from the Fed over the past couple of days about their accelerated normalization of the balance sheet and rate hikes and things like that. So the market's still moving on that news, and that news is what's dominating the mortgage and the treasury market. So if any more news comes out today, we'll let you know. Otherwise, that's all that we have for today. Hope you have a wonderful day. Listen, if you have any questions or want to know more about a specific topic, want to hear some research or some data about a specific topic, please let us know. Like this video, leave a comment and let me know, hey, I wanted to know more about Fed rate hikes, or I want to know more about the balance sheet, or I want to know more about mortgage application data, whatever it is. Just let us know and we'll bring that data and that information to you. Also, make sure you head over onto Facebook and like our Facebook page. We're going to be sharing some of the jobless claims and an infographic about the jobs data that came out. And we'll be sharing that on Facebook here in just a few minutes. All right, hope you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.